Welcome to Bitcoin Crypto News Online. You can see I'm on the road today, but we are going to do our charts and updates. We're going to find out about Bitcoin being 100K. Is it here to stay? Is it going to go away? Are we going to hit new all-time highs? I think these are possible scenarios that we could see play out here between now and Christmas. So let's talk about it. First of all, our total market capitalization, according to CoinGecko here, is $3.8 trillion. This is very good, very strong for the market cap. Once we see 4 to 5 trillion, you know I am going to be celebrating. Bitcoin is coming in number one at just over 100,000. It's sustained the 100,000 level for a period of time. We'll come back and look at that if we have time. ETH is coming in at number two. Looks like it's getting ready to push the $4,000 point again. Hopefully it will be able to sustain that $4,000 and then move up. We'll have to see. So let's look at the rest of the top coins. Solana's at 230. Dogecoin up for the 7-day. Cardano. We've got Tron at number 11, then followed by Avalanche, Chainlink, Shiba Inu, Toncoin, Polkadot, and Sui creeping up to number 18, really starting to make some headway again. We've got Stellar at 20, followed by 21 Hendra, Uniswap, Bitcoin Cash, Wealth, Pepe, and Litecoin at 26. Those are our main contenders. We're down for the 1 hour on most of these, but we are up for the 24 hour on a majority, a mass majority. So overall, the market is looking good. Maybe some profit taking place, some profit taking going on. Our fear and greed, you can see, is 83%. That is showing us extreme fear and greed. Definitely an indicator that we are looking at some profit taking. So no big surprise there. Let's look at the time chain calendar. Yes, Satoshis are no longer on sale. You can no longer buy 1/100th of a millionth of a Bitcoin, which is a Satoshi. You can no longer get over 1,000 of them for $1. Now that US fiat trash will only get you 991 Satoshis. Now let's look at our price prediction from coincodex.com. Our 5 days looking strong at 109,000. The 1 month 115,000, and then a little bit of a down trim before we hit our big all-time highs. Not investing advice, just talking shop here. 112 for the 3-month price prediction based on the moving averages in different charts. Altcoin season, a little bit of drop here at 69% for altcoin season. Still pretty hot. We've seen a lot of gains in the altcoins over the last 24 hours. It is huge. I want to thank you guys for liking and subscribing. We're going to talk about what the price has done by going to 100K, some of the indicators that pushed it up there, and how likely we are to stay above 100,000. In fact, I think we may be headed for up to 105,000, and if we're very fortunate and things work in our direction, we might push above 110,000, some maybe 107,000 to 110,000. After that, sky's the limit, and that is in the cards as a possibility as well. So thank you again for liking and subscribing. I have a video coming out at 12 o'clock tonight, or 12 o'clock this afternoon, and it is entitled Bitcoin Makes Gold Trash. And we go down some rabbit holes, kind of fun to think about Bitcoin and gold. What would happen to gold? What would happen to Bitcoin? What would happen to the Bitcoin price? What would happen to the price of gold? Would it become worthless? We look at some different angles on that. I hope you check that out and enjoy it. It will be a featured video. All right, so according to Cointelegraph, here's what happened today in crypto. This is within the last 24 hours. Brian Quintez is the top pick for the CE or the CFTC chair. You got Vancouver City passing a motion to become a Bitcoin friendly city. We've got MicroStrategy getting ready to hit the NASDAQ 100 this month. So we've got a lot of interesting stuff going on. But Quintez has reportedly emerged as a top contender for the CFT chair position under the incoming administration for Donald Trump. This Bloomberg report tells us that he actually interviewed for the position, and he's the head of policy at the Andreessen's Horowitz crypto division, and he has a background that oversees crypto initiatives and policies, and with the CFTC between 17 and 21, or 2017 and 2021. So he would be much more crypto friendly, and he advocates for financial innovation within the digital asset industry and currently pushes for regulatory as a head of policy. So all of this is good. Vancouver passes a initiative to become a Bitcoin friendly city. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Haven't seen a lot of friendly stuff coming from North America, but maybe that will change. And hopefully they're seeing that gold is remaining flat, so people are more open to investing in Bitcoin. MicroStrategy to become Bitcoin's, MicroStrategy is becoming a NASDAQ 100 stock. That's going to be announced, I think, here pretty soon, the next week or so. And as Bitcoin crosses $100,000, that's only going to push MicroStrategy higher. On a side note, Babylon is a project, a token that has attracted 3.5 billion to native Bitcoin staking protocol. This is pretty hot. People are expecting that to be really big. So keep an eye out on that if you're interested in staking operations. Another thing I thought, there's just so much great news in the ecosphere. Crypto Slate tells us some of the same thing. Donald Trump investing $12 million in Ethereum, Chainlink, and Aave into their company that his son is opening called the World Liberty Financial. They're actually going to issue a coin. We got Long Game launching a fund to add 30 years of human lifespan with biotech and blockchain. Who would have thought cryptocurrency is going to help us live longer? Riot Platform completes a $525 million offering to fuel Bitcoin buying. Crypto startups attract $800 million in VC backing during November. Alabama state auditor calls to establish a Bitcoin reserve. Yeah, so much things going on, guys. It's just amazing. So what if Microsoft isn't going to invest in Bitcoin? It doesn't mean a thing. What it means is they're going to pay more, and their shareholders, a bunch of boomers. Not all boomers are backwards thinking like that, but you figure you've had a lifetime of profit with Microsoft. You don't want to mess that up in your later years of life. And they know not much about Bitcoin, but they know that there's going to be a downturn and that it will drop. And I think they see that as a fear. But when Microsoft has such a huge war chest, and if they were to just put somewhere between 1 to 5% into Bitcoin over the next, say, 4 years, why they would cycle through any negative hard times and be set like MicroStrategy has done. So why not put 1% in and then increase to 2%? Then maybe on a bad year, they just keep it at 2 and see what happens. And then on a good year, they go back to 3. I don't know. Why not? I think they're going to be really regretting this, and next year they will have a reversal on this. You've got companies like Amazon going to invest and other big companies. So, yeah, it's not going to take long. Um, Stable coins improving U.S. dollar utility. We'll have to see how that works out. And I think we should do a show on stable coins and kind of analyze them and talk about which ones would be the best ones to stick with. There's a lot of news on those behind the scenes that people don't realize that they are kind of fragile and they are not the best, safest asset for sure. There was another article that I wanted to share with you. Bitcoin 15% futures base is insane as Bitcoin price sees record daily close. This is something in relation to what we're talking about with Bitcoin. Is it going to maintain the $100,000 mark? Are we going to jet up to 110 or even beyond in the coming weeks or even days? This is a good subject. Let's look at it. So, what makes the price go up and down right now to a pretty big extent is this leveraging that people are doing. The leverage bets are off the table after reported washouts, but Bitcoin price action is seen as beating all-time highs within days. So, you can bet on Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high or Bitcoin hitting a low, but you have to bet a range. It's not just like, oh, Bitcoin goes up, I get money, or Bitcoin goes down, I get money. It's not that easy. There's pockets and that pay, that can reward you or punish you accordingly. So as these people leverage, they bet like 100 to 1 or 10 to 1, 50 to 1. This is a leveraged bet where they pay a small fee to bet on the price of 100 Bitcoins going up or down a certain percentage or to a certain dollar amount. And when it goes wrong, then it actually pushes the market in a direction. So let's say everybody bets to short Bitcoin, but Bitcoin jumps up within a certain time frame. They all get liquidated, and then Bitcoin goes up even higher. Now, here's another interesting thing. So let's say they bet for Bitcoin to go up to 105,000, which is, there's a lot of bets right now that Bitcoin will go up to 105,000 within the next future few days or week. And if it surpasses that, they would actually get liquidated. If it stays low, like 100,000, and doesn't reach that, they get liquidated. So this is what that looks like. So let's take a look at our market again. Let's look at what Bitcoin is doing. Currently, we're at 101,000. We jumped up already. We are up 0.1 for the day, 2.7% for the 24-hour period. Our fear and greed is indicating that there could be some profit taking. So we will have to see how that looks. So let's look. Our 24-hour, that is not easy to read right there. It's looking like it could be headed toward a little bit of a downtrend. Just basic chart formation here. Here, you can see this dip, which we did predict a couple days ago that we would take a little bit of a hit, and we did for the short-term predictions. I'm not an expert chart guy, but there are certain indicators. You just kind of look at the chart and see what directions it's going. And sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. In a bull market, if you tend to be a little bit more positive, you tend to be a little bit more right. In a bear market, if you tend to be a little bit more negative, then you tend to be a little bit more right. So this is looking pretty good. You can see this line right here, this 100K mark. We barely hit it here. We didn't reach it here, but then we're getting back into more positive areas. So yeah, that is looking a little bit like a pennant right there for the 1 month, like a pennant squeeze for another uprise. Not exactly though, but it's looking a little bit like it. Here I am seeing gradual up to here and then a dip down. So we need to see us hit 103,000 again, this other all-time high. We need to see that get hit really soon. Really soon. If we continue on the downtrend, then I believe we're going to see a little bit more of a price dip, and that we may dip down into the mid 90s or upper 90s. I really think we're on an upper trajectory. I don't think that's as likely. Not investing advice, of course. I always got to give that disclaimer, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. We're just talking shops here, ladies and gentlemen. So, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and check out my new video today. Remember, I'm never going to use a bad language and embarrass you in front of your children should you decide to listen to this day to day. So keep that in mind. You get quick, basic updates on headlines, charts with your live streams daily, Monday through Friday. And then our special editions will be a little bit longer format typically and subject based. Also, I do some mining. So if you have any questions, you can email me at bitcoincryptonewsonline@gmail.com and take a look at our links. I've got a book, and maybe you have something you want to hear about or know about. I'd be glad to share that with you. Also, if you see Chat with Shane, that means live stream where you can interact, and we'll go over some basic charts and stuff, and then leave it open for any subject should anyone come online and want to talk and discuss the market. That is it. I am out of here. Have a great day. It is the holidays, so Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, all of that good stuff, or Happy Holidays if you are not a Christmas celebrator. That's it. I'm gone. Goodbye.